All right, so we're going to talk about some rectangles, squares, triangles, and parallelograms. You will want to copy these formulas down. Notice in here we have the formula for the perimeter and area of a rectangle. Perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. The area is length times width. For a square, since all of the sides are the same length, the perimeter is 4 times s, or all 4 sides together, because they're all the same. And area is sides squared, because you take the side times the side, and they're exactly the same, so it's the side times itself. For a triangle, the perimeter, you just have to add the 3 outsides together. For the area, it's 1/2 base times height, or base times height divided by 2. The base can be any of the sides of the triangle, but the height has to make a right angle with that side. And here's our new one. It's the area of a parallelogram. So the area of a parallelogram is equal to the base times the height. For a parallelogram, again, any of the sides, just like with a triangle, can be the base. But notice the height has to make that right angle with that side. So if you need to pause this recording for a second, and so that you can have all of those formulas in your notes, that would be a good idea. All right, let's test out this example here. We're asked to find several things from this stained glass window. Okay, so it says the stained glass window is a rectangular with base 4 feet and height 3 feet. Use the grid to find each area. Okay, so what that is telling us that each of these squares is 1 foot by 1 foot in order to end up with a 4 by 3 stained glass window. So let's look at each thing individually. So first they want the area of the blue square. So let's find the blue square. Here it is, right? There's one of them right there. Okay, so in order to find the area of a square, we do the side squared, side times side. This has a length, side length 1. 1 times 1 is just 1. So the area of that square is 1 square foot. Okay, next we're asked to find the area of the blue triangle. Okay, so here is the one of those blue triangles. Okay, so this could be our base and this could be our height for that triangle. Notice they do make a right angle, so they will work. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, or base times height divided by 2. Now our base is 1 unit and our height is 1 unit, so we have 1/2 times 1 times 1, which 1 times 1 is 1, times 1/2 is just 1/2. Okay, so the triangle's area, the blue triangle's area, is 1/2 square foot. Let me do some erasing. Okay, so take a look at the next one while I erase here. The next one is requesting the area of the green rectangle. So let's take, where is the green rectangle? Here it is. It's 2 of those squares put together. Okay, so to find the area of a rectangle, we do length times width. The length of our rectangle, it looks like, is 2 squares, so it's 2, and its width is 1 square. So we have 2 times 1, whoops, 2 times 1, which is 2. So the green rectangle has an area of 2 square feet. The large orange triangle. So where is that large orange triangle so we can try it out? Oh, here it is. So there is the large orange triangle. If we want to find its area, we need the base and the height. Well, this could be our base and this could be our height. Notice they do form a right angle like they're supposed to. The area of a triangle, once again, is 1/2 base times height. So we have 1/2 times our base was 1 square long, and our height was 1, 2. So we have 1/2 times 1 times 2. 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 1/2 is 1. So it has an area of 1 square foot. And finally, we have the area of this yellow parallelogram. Notice it's right in the center there. Parallelograms, we're supposed to do base times height. Alright, with the yellow parallelogram, we're going to be a little inventive on this one. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to do some erasing here, and then we'll talk about why I decided to be a little more inventive on this one with regard to finding its area. Okay, and we may have to use those answers up above, so I'm going to leave those there. But notice with a parallelogram, you're supposed to do base times height, and the base can be any of the sides. But the height has to make a right angle with that. Okay, so we could use the Pythagorean theorem and go ahead and find the length of this base. Our problem would be in finding the height. Okay, because if we try to use the Pythagorean theorem, that gets a little more difficult, because remember, the height has to make a right angle with our base. So instead on this, what I'm going to do is find the area of this big rectangular section in the middle. It has that yellow parallelogram. The whole yellow parallelogram is inside of it with a few little extras. So notice this was extra, this was extra, and then these blue triangles on the end are extra. I'm going to start by finding the area of that big rectangle. And then what I'll do is subtract those red places I've colored in, because I know the area of those things, and what's left will give me that parallelogram on the inside. So we'll have to be a little more inventive on this one. Okay, well, the area of the big rectangle, notice it's 2 wide and 3 high. So we do length times width. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so that's the area of the big rectangle. Now let's subtract the pieces. What pieces are we taking away? Well, here, upper right-hand corner, we have a large orange triangle. And we found out earlier that the large orange triangle had an area of 1 square foot. So that's minus a square foot. We also, in the lower left-hand corner, notice we have another orange triangle. Again, it had an area of 1 square foot. We're going to subtract that out also. The only pieces we have left is a blue triangle down here in the bottom and a blue triangle here on the top. Okay, the blue triangle we already found had an area of 1/2 of a foot. So we have 2 of those, so we're subtracting 1/2 of a foot and 1/2 of a foot. So this is our large rectangle in the center minus 2 big orange triangles and 2 small blue triangles, and that leaves us with our yellow parallelogram. That gives us 6 minus 1, 2, and the 2 halves make a third. So a third square. 6 minus 3 is 3. So the parallelogram has an area of 3 square feet. And again, we did that in kind of a roundabout way because it wasn't as easy to find the measurements with the parallelogram.